In the last video, we have discussed about the introduction, or I have introduced you people to the basic points regarding the first macronutrient, carbohydrate. Now, in this video, I will again introduce you all to another macronutrient present in our diet, which is protein. In case of carbohydrate, what we have learned that it produces energy mainly in our body, and it is stored for future use in our body. Why? Because by doing that, it spares protein to perform its other functions instead of being used for production of energy. First, we will understand the chemical detailing or some chemical information about protein. Okay, proteins. What we have learned in case of carbohydrates are formed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Obviously, because carbohydrate is a hydrocarbon, so that are the compounds they are supposed to have, or any organic compound, the backbone is formed in any organic compound. The backbone is formed with carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Protein is also another organic compound, so obviously it is of no exception. It will also contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But protein has an exception, as it is the only macronutrient, or rather only nutrient which provides nitrogen to our body, because none of the living organism can breathe in atmospheric nitrogen and utilize that. We depend on protein to provide nitrogen to our body. Okay, so protein contains these three, along with that nitrogen, which is its specific, or it is exclusive component present in protein. Okay, so it is a organic compound containing or composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, the structural unit of protein is amino acid. Basically, carbohydrates are comparatively simpler structure among all the macronutrients, but proteins are very complicated structure, and they are so basically they are a very compact and thick or dense structure which cannot be explained in a plane. They have smaller units called amino acids. Multiple amino acids combine to form structure of a protein. Proteins are very complex structure, so you don't need to remember entire structure of a protein. Rather, we will focus on structure of one unit, that is amino acid. But that chemical structure you will read when you will go through the chapter on protein only. Here I will just give you the introduction. So protein, the structural and functional unit of protein is, I should say structural majorly. Structural unit of protein is amino acid. Structural unit of protein is amino acid. Many amino acids combine to form a protein. Till here it is clear. Proteins have many major functions. All the hormones, all the enzymes are protein in nature. All the digestive enzymes are protein in nature. All the neurotransmitters or chemical messengers are protein in nature. Receptors are protein in nature. So for synthesis of all these, our body needs a certain stock of protein. That is why our body never prefers using protein for production of energy. That is why carbohydrate is usually is commonly used for production of energy in our body. That is why carbohydrate is called energy currency of our body, and that property of carbohydrate to spare protein is called protein sparing effect of carbohydrate. So let me write it down on the board. what are the functions of protein if I consider? To repair the cells which has been damaged. What we have learned, cells are formed with water, and basically protoplasm and cytoplasm is protein, and the water is the medium. So if one cell will be damaged and it needs to be replaced and repaired, we need protein. So repair or replace the cell, synthesize all the components which controls the functions in our body, like synthesize hormones, enzymes, neurotransmitters, okay. Receptors are also formed with protein. Immunology. What we have learned, protein protect our body from many diseases. How? Protein forms immunosubstances or immunological factors. For production of immunological factors or immunoglobulins, globulin is a protein. Our body needs protein. So, for production of and there are many other functions related to this synthesis of many other important components, compounds, complexes, chemicals are dependent on protein. So protein needs to perform all these functions in our body. So it never can be used for production of energy. But in case a person is on starvation for a prolonged time, then body is not getting carbohydrate from outside source. First it will use the stored carbohydrate, then it will start using the protein stock, that means our muscles, and then proteins will be used for production of energy. So in case protein needs to be used for production of energy, how much energy protein will give? Similar, 4 kcal. Hope you are done with this. I'm erasing it and writing down the next information. One gram of protein provides 4 kcal energy. Protein is generally not used for production of energy. Rather, body prefers using carbohydrate for this. This property of carbohydrate is called protein sparing effect. Okay, hope it is clear, it can be seen. The protein is generally not used for production of energy, rather body prefers using carbohydrate for this. This property of carbohydrate is called protein sparing effect of carbohydrate. So these are the information we need to know about protein, let me make a bullet. Only source, protein is the only source of nitrogen. Protein is the only source of nitrogen in our diet. The plant cannot use atmospheric nitrogen, we also cannot use atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, I am moving to the next point, that is source of protein. We will have more detailed discussion when we will go through the chapter protein itself. Here we are just getting the introduction or just getting a little idea about the nutrients. Milk and milk products. Fish, meat, that includes both red meat and white meat. White meat means any bird meat. Okay, pulses, legumes like soybean, example as we can give, rajma, mushroom, nuts and seeds. Certain seeds, essential amino acids can be obtained, like for flax seeds. So these are the common sources of protein from which we can get good quality protein. Egg, I missed egg, sorry. Okay, so these are the sources from where we can get good quality protein. In the next video, I will be back with the discussion of the next macronutrient, that is fat, and another one which does not provide energy but is equally essential, that is water. Thank you.